YouTube, the ultimate frontier. These are the videos of the Unpopped Review. Its indefinite mission to give raw movie reviews, to keep you up to date on new movies and new TV shows, to boldly give unpopped reviews like no critic has done before. This is Star Trek Beyond. Now, Star Trek Beyond takes place about halfway through the Enterprise's 5-year mission of exploring the far-off reaches of space. But when an unknown species asks for the Federation help, Kirk and his crew must rush to the rescue. But little do they know that this rescue mission will prove to be the most difficult challenge yet. Now let's start talking about Star Trek Beyond with the good. Now, when I first heard that Justin Lin, the director of numerous Fast and Furious movies, was going to be directing this iteration of Star Trek, I would be lying if I didn't say that I was at least a little worried. But do not fear, fellow Trekkies, because this iteration of Star Trek is a little less actiony and has more science in it than the previous two iterations. Now, there are still action scenes, of course. There's just more of a focus on the heart and core of Star Trek, which is the science and exploration. And I think it has finally found the balance between old and new, and I couldn't be happier. Now let's talk about the actors. This being the third movie of the main cast, they have perfectly settled into the characters, and they are doing a great job of portraying them. And on top of that, each of them got specific moments showing why they're so vital to the crew of the Enterprise. And it was just a really good job overall for the entire main cast. Now let's talk about the visuals, because they are stunning. There are a few scenes of the Enterprise just flying through space, and they are fantastic. And most of the other visuals in this movie were just top-notch. And the last good thing I'm going to talk about is the tribute that they gave to Leonard Nimoy. And I figured they were going to be doing something, but it was just really nice how they were able to integrate him into the plot in such a heartfelt way. And now let's move on to the Unfortunately, the villain. And I was really excited for Idris Elba when he was announced to be the villain of this movie. But unfortunately, most of his scenes were very one-note, and with all the makeup and prosthetics on his face, it really could have been anybody. Now, there were moments when he was really good, most of which being at the end, but overall he was just another villain with another convoluted plot. And lastly, let's move on to the ugly. The action. Now this is surprising, but I think it's where Justin Lin struggled the most. And the chase scenes, the flying scenes, they were all actually really good. But when it came to hand-to-hand, close-quarters combat, it was just really confusing. There were lots of quick cuts, shaky cams, and it was just hard to tell where people were and what was going on. And even some of the action scenes just seemed really slow. Now I'm not actually sure how an action scene can be slow, but Star Trek Beyond seemed to find a way. But to be honest, historically Star Trek has never been known for the action sequences. So although many of them were ugly, I can honestly live with it. Now comes the question of if this is the best Star Trek movie. And honestly, it is really, really close. It's definitely better than Star Trek Into Darkness, but I personally feel it falls just short of the 2009 movie. But it is still a great addition to the Star Trek library, and it definitely has enough to appease both Trekkies and the average moviegoer. Now because of all of this, Star Trek Beyond is well worth your time and money to see in theaters. Now real quickly before I go, I just want to say about how happy I am with how much of a presence Anton Yelchin as Chekhov had in this movie. Recently he has been becoming one of my favorite actors, especially with his roles as Chekhov in these Star Trek movies and his other recent movie, Green Room. So rest in peace, Anton, you'll be sorely missed. So that's what I thought of Star Trek Beyond. What did you think? And besides Wrath of Khan, what is your favorite Star Trek movie or Star Trek TV series? Mine personally is Voyager, because that was my first introduction to Star Trek. So leave your comments below, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember to always keep it unpopped.